He appears in the biblical narrative like a ghost, arriving from nowhere and vanishing just as quickly. Before there was a temple in Jerusalem, before the law was given to Moses, before the formal priesthood of Aaron was ever established, there was a mysterious king named Melchizedek. He had no recorded father or mother, no genealogy, no beginning of days or end of life. He was both a king of righteousness and a priest of the Most High God. He met the patriarch Abraham returning from a great battle, served him bread and wine, and blessed him. And then he was gone. This is without a doubt one of the Bible's greatest and most profound unsolved mysteries. Who was this enigmatic figure? The stakes of this question are higher than you might think. The identity of Melchizedek is not just a piece of biblical trivia. It is a theological key that unlocks a deeper understanding of the nature of Jesus Christ's own priesthood. For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated his identity. Was he an angel? Was he Shem, the righteous son of Noah, living to an incredible age? Or was he, as some have daringly suggested, a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ himself? We are about to embark on a deep investigation into this biblical enigma, exploring the ancient texts and the most compelling theological theories to uncover the truth behind the King of Salem. Imagine the dusty plains of the Valley of Shaveh, two great men meeting at a pivotal moment in history. One is the father of the faithful, Abraham. The other is a figure shrouded in divine mystery. The truth of who they both were is stranger and more wonderful than fiction. The first time we meet Melchizedek is in Genesis chapter 14. After a daring military raid to rescue his nephew Lot, Abraham is met by two kings. One is the king of Sodom, a worldly ruler. The other is Melchizedek, king of Salem, which is the ancient name for Jerusalem. The contrast is stark. The king of Sodom offers Abraham the spoils of war, the riches of the world. But Melchizedek offers Abraham something far greater: bread, wine, and a divine blessing. The text says he was a priest of God Most High. This is stunning. At this point in history, there was no established Israelite priesthood. Melchizedek appears as a representative of the one true God, completely outside the lineage of Abraham. He blesses Abraham, the man to whom God had promised to bless the world. And then, in an act of profound humility and recognition of this man's spiritual authority, Abraham gives Melchizedek a tenth of all the spoils. The atmosphere of this encounter is one of sacred reverence. It's a meeting of two different streams of God's work on earth. A moment of profound spiritual alignment. Then, for 1,000 years, the Bible is silent about him. He is not mentioned again until Psalm 110, a messianic psalm written by King David. In this prophetic psalm, David speaks of a future Lord, a Messiah, and says of him, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek." This is the second crucial clue. David, the great king of Israel, understood that the future Messiah's priesthood would not be like the Aaronic priesthood of his own day, which was based on lineage and heredity. The Messiah's priesthood would be of a different, higher, and eternal order, the order of Melchizedek. This tells us that Melchizedek was not just a historical figure. He was a type, a foreshadowing of the Christ who was to come. The mystery deepens. Who could this man be, whose priesthood was considered eternal and superior to the established priesthood of Israel? This brings us to the New Testament, to the book of Hebrews, where the mystery is finally unpacked. The author of Hebrews dedicates a large portion of his letter to explaining the superiority of Jesus' priesthood to the old Levitical system. And his star witness is Melchizedek. He points out the mysterious details from the Genesis account. Melchizedek's name means King of Righteousness, and his title, King of Salem, means King of Peace. Righteousness and peace, two of the defining characteristics of the Messiah's kingdom. But then he focuses on the most mysterious part: the fact that Melchizedek has no recorded genealogy. The author of Hebrews argues that this is intentional. He is without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life. Resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever. The silence of the Genesis account is interpreted as a deliberate theological statement. Unlike the Levitical priests, whose authority depended entirely on their family tree, Melchizedek's authority came from God alone. His priesthood was not inherited, it was inherent. He is presented as a timeless, eternal figure. This is what leads to the most intriguing theories about his identity. Some Jewish traditions suggested he was Shem, Noah's son, whose long life could have overlapped with Abraham's. This would explain his righteousness and knowledge of the true God. Others have proposed he was an angel in human form. But the most compelling interpretation, and the one hinted at by the author of Hebrews, is that Melchizedek was a Christophany, a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ. The description of him resembling the Son of God is a powerful clue. His offering of bread and wine seems to foreshadow the Last Supper. His dual role as both king and priest in Jerusalem points directly to Jesus, who is our great high priest and the coming king who will reign from Jerusalem. The mystery of Melchizedek serves a profound theological purpose. It establishes that God has always had a priesthood that is based not on bloodline, but on divine appointment and righteous character. It creates a category for Jesus to be our great high priest, even though he was from the tribe of Judah, not Levi. Jesus' priesthood is not temporary and hereditary like Aaron's. It is eternal and inherent, like Melchizedek's. Melchizedek appears on the stage of history for one brief, stunning moment to prepare the way for a greater reality. He was a living preview, a trailer for the main event. His appearance showed that God's plan of salvation was bigger than the nation of Israel and the Mosaic Law. God had a priest on the earth who was not an Israelite, showing that his grace extends to all people. The King of Salem was a signpost pointing to the eternal King of Peace, Jesus Christ, our great high priest who, unlike the priests of the Old Covenant, offered not the blood of bulls and goats, but his own body and blood, once and for all. He is our priest forever, in the eternal, transcendent order of Melchizedek. The mystery is, in a sense, solved. Melchizedek was a historical person whose life was so divinely orchestrated that it became a living prophecy of the Son of God. He steps out of the shadows of history to bless the Father of our faith, and in doing so, points us to the one who is the source of all blessing, our King of righteousness and Prince of Peace. If unraveling the deep mysteries of the Bible excites your spirit, consider following for more explorations into the hidden truths of Scripture.